From Mencari Newsroom at redmencari.com.
Hello everyone, I'm your host Miko Santos with today's rundown. Prime Minister Albanese outlines priorities after election victory. Student debt relief takes center stage. And Westpac reports solid financial performance amid global uncertainty. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has thanked the Australian people for giving his Labour government a very clear mandate following Saturday's election victory. Speaking from the Prime Minister courtyard in Canberra, Albanese promised to be a Prime Minister for all Australians, while expressing that his government is deeply humbled by the result.
I promise to be a Prime Minister for all Australians, those who voted Labor, those who didn't, and hope to earn the trust of the Australian people on an ongoing basis. We are deeply humbled by the result on Saturday, and we don't take a second of it for granted. The hard work will continue today. My government has been an orderly government. We have worked hard. We've had effective ministers, but also an effective caucus.
Albanese highlighted his government achievements, noting they have been successful in getting inflation down, wage up, interest rate starting to fall, employment growing. He emphasized that Labour presented an effective plan for the future that resonates with people. The Prime Minister has already spoken with several world leaders, including President Donald Trump, President Prabowo of Indonesia, President Zelensky of Ukraine, and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. When questioned about his legislative priority, Albanese confirmed that a 20% cut for student debt will be the first on the agenda. Following the Prime Minister Albanese re-election, his government top priority is to implement a 20% cut of student debt. The policy will also increase minimum income threshold before graduates must begin repaying their loans.
This is really exciting. So the 20% cut on student debts will not only help current students, but also those recent graduates who are now trying to pay off their debt while working. And having to do that under the past income repayment threshold was a real cost of living stress. So increasing that threshold will be incredibly welcome.
Ashton Horton, the president of National Union of Students, in an interview at ABC Australia. The policy addresses concern about the rising cost of education, particularly for humanities degrees, which saw a significant price increase under the 2021 Job Ready Graduate Package. According to Horton, some students face very high tens of thousands in debt, with indexation causing debt to accumulate faster than they could be paid off. Student advocate groups are also pushing for a broader review of degree pricing structure, especially for humanities programs that were made significantly more expensive by previous government policy. Meanwhile, Westpac Bank has reported a net profit after tax at $3.3 billion for the first half of 2025, down just 1% from the same year period last year. The bank maintained a strong return on tangible equity of 11.1% and announced an interim ordinary dividend of 76 cents per share. Anthony Miller, Chief Executive Officer, said that this result confirmed Westpac's strong position and they're growing in the areas we're targeting and supporting customers through uncertain times. Miller emphasized that the bank's strong balance sheet is particularly important given global uncertainty. The report highlighted that Westpac achieved sustainable growth in target areas, with Australian business leading up to 14% and institutional lending up to 15% over the year. The bank noted that customers have shown remarkable resilience despite significant cost of living challenges, with mortgage delinquency and impairment charges remaining low. The recent interest rate cuts are providing welcome relief to borrowers. That's it for our today's rundown. I'm Mika Santos. Thank you for joining us.
Subscribe to Mencari for news with authentic Gen X perspective, cutting through the noise with zero fluff. Available now across all podcast platforms. News without the noise, perspective without the panic.